have Mr. Kurt Mortensen in the house today. Kurt and one of his BYU students taught two youth groups for us last night. It was so wonderful he was able to jump in there and do it. But this all goes back to Steve Gibson and the Academy for Creative Enterprise. They're a nonprofit group, and they've let us use all these classes. And so, there's only three ways to increase your business, but there's 25 subgroups, sub things you can do inside that. And Kurt's going to be talking about that right now on the rule number 12, which happens to be use suggestive selling. So one of the ideas is you go to McDonald's or something like that and it says, would you like to upgrade your drink, or would you like to put that in a package, or would you like fries with that, or whatever it is. Just suggest new things, and some say yes, some say sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it never does if you don't ask. All right, let's bring Kurt in. And Kurt, thank you so much for being with us, and let's bring him on. Kurt, take it away.
So glad you're here for another installment of the Rules of Thumb from the Academy of Creating Enterprise. This is where you need to be. These are the skills you need to learn to master to not only start, but grow your business to make a difference in your life, your family's life, the community's life, the world's life. Let me just say, these are the skills that are non-negotiable. You have to apply these skills. So today we're going to be talking about suggestive selling, a simple way to increase your profit without increasing your marketing. You can get more customers, but it's always easier to sell more to existing customers. Every time, every business, they can buy more, and it helps them more. You're providing the supplies, the services that they need in one spot instead of them going to 3 different spots or coming back to your store 3 different times. So we're going to get into number 12, using suggestive selling. Of course, you know our model with Act Now is get started, get things rolling. Start small if you need to. We're going to think big, but we're starting small, and we're going to grow it. And then once we have a model that works, we're going to expand it. And throughout the whole process, we're giving back, we're helping out, we're making the world a better place. So let's dive into it with a case study. Suppose that you have a business in an area where there are limited customers and there are few prospects for new ones. The customers that you do have are very loyal and visit your business regularly. You have considered moving to a new location, but rental costs are too high. You average 50 customers per day and they average 50 pesos per transaction. All right, we're stuck here. We can't move to a new location yet. We're pretty good, 50 customers today. They're averaging 50 pesos per transactions. So how do we increase sales? How do we increase profit without increasing customers? So at this time, we don't have a way to really increase customers, but we can increase the amount each customer is buying. What if they bought 60 pesos per transaction, 70 pesos per transaction? This is all about suggestive selling. Suggest other things that they could use. For example, if someone was running a hardware store and they needed to fix their wall, they came in for boards or drywall, maybe suggest they need some putty, they need some mud for the wall. Do they have the right nails? Do they need painted? Do they need brushes, rollers, drop cloths? You can expand depending on what you're doing to help people out. This is serving them because they don't want to come back 5 or 6 times. And they might go to other stores to buy these things when they can go to your store or use your service to solve their problem. So let's get into a video, another voice here. A great role play on using suggestive selling.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks.
I'm Maria. What is your name?
I'm Sylvia.
Are you here for the sale? We are offering 1 free egg for every 5 that you buy.
Yes, thank you.
How do you hear about the sale?
My friend told me about it. She said that you were handing out some free milk and eggs yesterday and that they were really fresh.
I'm glad that you like them. Our products are always fresh and delicious. How many eggs do you need?
I think I will take 5.
Let me get them for you.
Thank you.
But I notice that you hesitate. Are you wondering how many eggs you should get?
Well, yes. My brother's family is moving in with us tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to feed everyone, but he doesn't have any other choice.
I see. But you will be blessed for helping.
Thanks.
What are you cooking?
I'm not sure. I was thinking on getting our savings to buy a little bit of meat to make it go with the eggs. We'll really need to make it stretch.
I understand. We don't have too much for meat either. That's why I use our eggs. I mix them with some fresh milk and vegetables. We do have some fresh milk. And my friends across the street, they are selling vegetables. You can feed more for less on that way. Would you like some extra eggs and some fresh milk? It will be a little bit more, but it still will be less than meat.
Yeah, that's a good idea, thank you. 11 mouths to feed. Yes, I'll take the milk and the extra eggs.
For 11 people, I will suggest that you get 8 eggs, and still you get 1 free.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think I'll come back tomorrow.
That's
Thank you.
okay. I will be here for you. But you will not get the free egg. Can I put them in a bag for you now?
Okay, yes. It's worth it. Thank you.
So I hope you saw the urgency there and it was helpful to you. She was persistent, but it was still a win-win. Understand your customers are always hesitant spending money, but if it solves their problem, fulfills their need, gets them what they want, they will thank you for being persistent, for having urgency, for providing a service or product that they need. Check out another voice, another video from YouTube. I want you to watch this and think about ways that you can upsell, cross-sell, use suggestive selling in your business. Let's go.
According to the research done by Forrester, up to 30% of e-commerce revenue is a result of upselling and cross-selling efforts. Hi, this is Vishal Kalia, and in this video, we are going to look at what is upselling and cross-selling for fashion retailer, strategies fashion retailers should be applying when upselling and cross-selling, and we're going to look at how Amazon and Zara does it, and one thing that Steve Madden's e-commerce website does that you should not be doing. So keep watching. So the first thing you need to know is that cross-selling and upselling are huge opportunities because you're selling to your existing customers who already like you and trust you. So let me repeat that this is very, very important. That cross-selling and upselling are huge opportunities because you're selling to your existing customers. According to the research done by Groove, you are 14 times more likely to sell to an existing customer versus a new customer, as you can see in the graph right here. So how do you define upselling and cross-selling? So upselling is when a retailer encourages a customer towards a higher priced alternative. So think about subscription-based websites such as La Tote or Stitch Fix or Dollar Shave Club or Birchbox, or one first tier which might be a small priced tier, $5, $10 per month. Then the second and the third tier could be more expensive tiers as $20 or $30. So when a retailer is encouraging a user to opt to the next tier, they're trying to upsell more services and better packaging. So number 2 is cross-selling. So what is cross-selling? A cross-selling is when you recommend a product or products to customer that complements their current purchase. So think about like bundling items. So think about when you are a retailer and you're just selling a shirt. So rather than selling just the shirt, you are selling the customer the whole look, which includes a jacket, pair of socks, shoes, pants, or whatnot. So now this is cross-selling when you are telling your customer that these are the complementary products based on whatever single item that they have selected. So how to upsell in retail and upselling strategies inspired by Amazon and Steve Madden. According to data provided by Amazon in 2006, 36% of its revenue was a result of upselling and cross-selling efforts. So what are the strategies that Amazon uses on its website that we can take inspiration from? So the first one is create scarcity. FOMO, the fear of missing out. Sell with an element of scarcity will get people into the buying mood. So when you search for a product at Amazon, you can immediately see how many are left, and there's a very good call to action right next to it. And this is pretty powerful persuasion, because if the product is adding value to the customer and you know that the likelihood of customer to jump on the particular product and add to their cart is much more likely than any other alternative. The second is color psychology. Studies have shown that we click on blue colored links more than any other color. According to the study by Fast Company, color is behind 90% of the assessment of a product. So choosing the right color will help you to persuade people to click on the buy button. So if you look at Amazon, every single the clickable link that they have on their site is in blue, and the pricing is in red, so it does in contrast and stands out. And they never give you one price, they always give you a range of pricing. So it makes you curious that I want to click on this button and take a look at what is the range of pricing available, and it increases the likelihood of a customer to their cart.
Hopefully you learned from that video. Up to 30% of your profit could be because of upselling and cross-selling, suggestive selling. Especially when they like you and trust you, you are the expert, you are helping them out. Did you catch the other number? You're 14 times more likely to sell to an existing customer than to try to get a new customer. So let's get that expert advice. Let's talk about these terms and how to do them. Upselling means to encourage customers to upgrade their purchase to something more expensive, something more valuable, and probably something that fits their needs better. You could offer, number one, more of the same product. Number two, the same product with more features. Or number three, the same product that has a higher quality. For example, you could say, if you were running a jewelry store, let me show you this ring before you make your decision. It's higher quality, but not that much more. They appreciate it. They're getting more value. And maybe the person they love will love them more. What about if you were doing fast food or a cart? Would you like to supersize your meal for 50 pesos more? Would you like the super meal? Would you like to double your meat? Would you like to double your fries? For a couple more pesos, you could increase the size of your drink, get a dessert. You're always asking. In fact, one study found that, hey, would you like to supersize that? Would you like to get the bigger meal? Would you like the apple pie with that? 20% of the people just said yes. Sure, why not? Just for asking. What about you're running a restaurant? Would you like to try our delicious appetizer or one of our specialty drinks? Just ask. Why not? Hey, that's a good idea. Hey, some will say no, that's okay. But a lot of people will say yes. What if you were running a computer store, selling computers, and said, for $200 more, you could get the same laptop with a larger hard drive and 50% more RAM. Most people that have had a computer have run out of space, and it's a pain for them. So, hey, let's fix it right now and get a better computer that'll last us longer and fulfill our needs better. What about electronics? Would you like an extended warranty to protect your system 5 years beyond the manufacturer's warranty? Hey, they've had things break before. It's expensive. They have to replace it. Maybe that's what they're doing right now. Maybe if they would have bought this before on the previous electronic that's broken that they're trying to replace, it wouldn't be an issue. They'd get one for free. You can offer it. You can ask. Basically, cross-selling means to encourage customers to purchase different but similar products. Here's another example. Insurance. We can give you an additional discount if you add homeowner's insurance to your car insurance. Bookstore. Have you read this book? Many of our customers buy it with the one you are buying. They go together. They complement each other. And together they're going to help you solve the problem. Why are they buying the book? What are they trying to learn? If you were in a food market, do you need gum or breath mints? Or basically, did you find everything you needed? Can I help you out? Can I help you find something to increase the amount of sale per customer? So you can use both methods together. Upselling could be selling a more expensive product or increasing the quantity. Cross-selling, of course, is adding additional items, things that will supplement what they're buying. So upselling and cross-selling can be used together to produce effective results. Take the example of Sandra, a store clerk, and Marco's a customer who comes into a pet store and begins looking at a budget-priced goldfish. Sandra, the clerk, sees Marco's looking at the cheap goldfish, but leads him over to the more impressive and longer-living and more expensive tropical fish. Once he has decided on a few beautiful tropical fish to purchase, Sandra says, "You'll need a fish tank to keep that little guy in." These beautiful fish live only in saltwater, and we have these great 60 peso saltwater tanks on sale for only 36 pesos. By the time Marcos leaves the store, he has purchased much more than the 8 peso fish he originally came in to get. He is proudly carrying home several exotic species, a 36 peso fish tank, fish food, a tank light, and other fish accessories. The sale went from a tiny 8 peso transaction to a sale of nearly 350 pesos. Increasing the average spending of your customer can increase your profits. For example, suppose you average 30 customers per day and they buy on average 40 pesos per transaction. If you increase the average of spending of even just 50% of these customers to 60 pesos, your profits will increase 25%. And by the way, you need to know these numbers. How many customers do you have per day? What's their average transaction so you can do the math and see how you're getting better. Now, many people are concerned, oh, what if I'm a pain and they don't like me and I upset them? I mean, that could happen. But if you're a friendly person and they trust you and you're helping them out and you're serving them, they accept you as the expert, they will actually thank you for it. So be persistent. Don't be a pain, but learn to ask. So how can we implement this? Well, point of sale. What is a point of sale? This is where they buy it. If it was a hardware store, near the hammers maybe include the nails. Put everything around that they could use. If it's a coffee maker, maybe it's a starter pack of coffee beans and filters and things they need. Basically, at your point of sale, you're displaying relevant upsell suggestions. That's why at a coffee shop, maybe they've bought coffee on the way out to pay. There are pastries. There are additional things that they can purchase. So you can even do it with displays. It's called visual merchandising, product displays, where you create eye-catching posters, displays. It could be physical product that show other complementary products. You could also use displays on checkout to encourage impulse items like gum, mint, chocolate. Oh, that sounds good. That looks good. Soda, energy drinks, those type of things that people purchase on impulse. So use these displays, this signage, to highlight special offers, limited promotions, and product bundles. And then training. Train yourself, train your staff, learn these skills, find out what's working, what's not working. Conduct role-playing exercises with yourself, with other people, family, with your staff, suggesting complementary products or upgrades to customers. Make sure your staff has good product knowledge of your products, of your services, so they can recommend relevant upgrades, relevant options, relevant upsells. Help yourself and help your staff, your employees, understand the importance of understanding customer needs and tailoring those suggestions accordingly. And keep track of what's working, what's not working, what promotions work the best, what discounts work the best, what complementary products work the best, and focus on those to increase your profit. And then offer promotions, bundles, create a sense of urgency, sell ends today, end of the week, limited time discounts, special offers, and encourage customers to purchase additional items. For example, buy one, get one, 50% off. You could do that on a popular product or on a complementary accessory. So when you implement these strategies, you can leverage suggestive selling, upselling, and cross-selling to enhance your customer experience and increase revenue while maintaining a positive and ethical approach. And of course, we need a fable about the baker and the empty platter. In a busy market town, there lived a baker named Barnaby. Barnaby was renowned for his delicious bread, especially his golden brown loaves of sourdough. His bakery was always filled with the mouth-watering aroma of freshly baked goods. However, Barnaby had a bad habit. He would simply place a loaf of bread on the counter and say, "Here you go." He never suggested additional items assuming customers knew what they wanted. One day, a guru came into town named David, and he visited Barnaby's bakery. He admired the sourdough bread, but noticed that Barnaby wasn't maximizing his sales. He says, "Dude, you have an incredible product, but you're leaving money on the table. Why don't you try to upsell? A jar of jam? Some butter?" Barnaby was initially hesitant. "But I don't want to pressure my customers," he said. David smiled. "Pressure? No, Barnaby. I'm talking about offering suggestions, providing options. It's about helping your customers discover the full potential of your product." Barnaby took David's advice. The next day, he started making suggestions. "Hey, this loaf goes wonderfully with our homemade jam. Hey, try this butter. It will enhance the flavor." To his surprise, customers readily accepted his suggestions. They enjoyed the enhanced flavor combination and often purchased additional items. Barnaby's sales increased significantly, and his bakery thrived. So it's all about that suggestive selling. When you're being respectful and you're offering suggestions, customers happier, it enhances their experiences and increases your sales and profit. So when you offer additional products and services, your customers get new possibilities, and it increases their satisfaction. So what's your homework? So how can you upsell? What is it that you can upsell? A more expensive product, something better, something of higher quality, additional quantity, and what can you cross-sell? What can you add on that they're going to need? If they're buying this, they're going to need this. And how can you make this a habit for you, for your staff, for employees? What can you do? Make a plan, write it in your notes, and this will increase your profit and your success and the growth of your business. So do this, make it happen. Think about this homework, write down what you're going to do, and you'll be able to grow and expand your business.
Thanks, Kurt. And as we talk about the 25 different steps, things that you can do, there's really only 3 major ones that they all fit underneath. Excuse me. The 3 are: number 1 is that you need more clients. You need more people to sell to. You need to sell to more people. Number 2 is you need to get them to buy more often. How do we get them to buy more often? Instead of once a month, get it twice a month, once a week, whatever it is. And number 3 is get them to buy more. How do you get them to buy more? And if you'll do that, it will just skyrocket your sales. Now, the 25 steps all fit underneath those, and they fit right into where we're going. But the 3 big ones I want you to be thinking every day is, how do I get more customers? How do I get them to buy more often? How do I get them to get into the store more often? And how do I get them to buy more when they buy? And that will double or even quadruple your business. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be right back.